Chappell Roan is a moron. Okay, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name correctly, and frankly, I don't care to take the time to do that. Chappell Roan, Chappelle. I don't really care. Awesome. You know, she had one. What was that song like? It was like, na 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 na. I don't fucking know what song she had. All I know is that I heard it every fucking day on the radio on my way to work, and it made me want to put three bullets through my skull. Okay. Um, awesome. You know, you had your 5 minutes, whatever, and she's just a douchebag. You know, and you could make the argument, you know, like coming from a man, whatever, like you're just misogynist, whatever. I'm not. You know, I don't hate women by any means. I never have. I never will. She's just an idiot. Like she's just another one of those people. You know, another one of those people that like, why does the internet, you know, have to kind of deal with her input on certain kinds of things. And, you know, sometimes the wrong people are just famous. It just happens, you know, there's nothing we can do about it. Particularly, and, you know, I don't want to become like a drama channel or anything like that, but I really just had to share my opinion on this. And I'm going to use whatever, you know, I think is appropriate for the situation and for the person, because I think everyone, you know, who's a shitty person should be talked about the same, you know, no matter their whatever demographic they are. So yeah, one thing in particular that really frustrates me about her, she chose this path, okay? It's not like someone held her down and was like, "Hey, you know, you have to be a multimillionaire music maker that we put on every radio, whatever." There's nothing and there's really, hear me out, bro. I really don't think there's anything crazy about her, okay? What is different about her? Like what? Everyone's heard her fucking repeated ass music, that style of music, for the past like 2 decades, bro. Like it's not a new style of music. She's not like paving the way for anything. I have, you know, there's been people like her who have, you could be like, oh, maybe it's her style. Like, nah, I've done seen that makeup for like a hot ass minute, bro. Same with the outfits, like cool, I guess. But like even then, you know, there's cooler shit and different shit out there, and the same shit that's done better by other people. Her voice, okay, cool, you know. But at the same time, like, bro, we got people like, you know, like Billie, like her voice is phenomenal. Like, why we need someone who's literally mediocre? What is the difference about her? Okay, and again, you know, I'm hating. It's just like what I do. But I really don't think there's anything particularly special about her. And I just heard about a situation about like her making some Brazilian soccer player's daughter cry because she walked past her table or something and was like, "What was that Chappell?" Didn't even say anything to her, by the way. Um, and I'm not super versed on the topic, so I'm not going to speak about it too much because I don't want to spread false info, and I don't want to be a false like, "Oh, Alex told me this shit and now I have to believe it and it's his fault," whatever. But I really just dislike her so fucking much. Okay, she's just like a heckler. Okay, bro. Every time I see her interact with paparazzi, okay, and I'll get to this. And mind you, I think paparazzi can be very annoying. Okay, if I was a celebrity, I'd do the same shit. Okay, I'd be like, you know what, like, get out of my fucking face. Like, I don't want you in my space. Following me around is crazy. You know, like when Bjork, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I feel so bad. The Icelandic singer, she was like, some reporter followed her around and her daughter or some shit, and she beat the hell out of her. Cool, do that kind of shit, you know? But like, just ignore it. Okay, and I don't know what it's like to be in that position. Maybe it's impossible to ignore, but then just like, you know, do something about it. You don't have to be a douchebag all the time. You chose to be famous. You have to put up with the consequences, okay? It's one thing if they're coming to your house, but like, I think from what I've seen, it looks like she's actively seeking these people out, you know, every opportunity she gets. Like, hey, oh my God, you just breathe this fucking same air as me. Like, I'm gonna kill you now. I'm gonna hang you. Okay, it's just like that kind of thing. Like, and I guess this, like, the security guard went up to the little girl and was like, made her cry and was like, no, you can't do that. Like, you're gonna get in trouble. And like, bro, like, if you have kids that are fans, bro, like, come on, bro. You know? And I guess she's not even doing like performing in Brazil anymore or something like that. It's just like a crazy situation. She also said something which was, I guess the term is misandrist. I don't know. I'll put it right here. Like when you're like something towards men. I don't know if you could even claim it's that specifically, but she had said something about how men don't make good art. Plug your ears. Are you fucking kidding me? Men don't make good art. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, that might have been the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone say in my entire life. And I've been around some morons, okay? She has to be the biggest one. Like, there's no way she's not, okay? And I'm not saying, maybe she's not a bad person. Okay? Maybe she just wasn't made for the limelight or whatever, the spotlight. But, like, dude, she's so fucking insufferable every time I see her. Like, I actually can't believe it. So, just to be, like, clear, she does know about Michael Jackson, right? That's just one, bro. That's just one person, okay? And art, if she's... Dude, both men and women contribute to art and the human creative like expression equally, okay? And you could make the argument like maybe in one another gender or whatever dominates fashion or music or like art on a page, like drawing, painting, dancing, whatever. Like, okay, but you do realize like how ignorant that is coming from an sorry, I'm not going to call her an artist because she's just not, okay? She made one song, Pink Pony Club, which is a good song. I'm not even going to sit here and say it's not a good song because it is, okay? But it was just kind of overplayed and she just bro, it's LARPing. Okay? That song was LARPing, like it was dragged on way too fucking long. And what are her other songs, bro? Like, what? She has Hot to Go, right? That's her other song. HOTTOGO. You can take me hot to go. But like, I didn't even know that was her, So like, she's kind of just like like I'll have a hit, like every once in a fucking light year or something. I don't know. God, bro, it's just people like that just make me like so fucking sick to my stomach and angry. And the worst thing about it is us people who are seeing this and feeling this way can't do anything about it but talk about it. And hopefully this person, because they're treating their fans bad, like, and this is going to sound so horrible. I don't give a fuck. She's nothing without her fans, her career, at least, like, I'm not saying like she's useless to the planet. You could argue that, but like her career wouldn't exist without these people that care and love her so much. And then you're going to go and treat these people like, I think she even said something like, "Oh, I don't hate people who like my music." Yeah, you do. Yeah, you fucking do. You lying ass motherfucker. So anyways, and mind you, bro, I'm a very like open person. Okay. That's just me. If you don't know me, I'm a very open person. I'm open to ideas and like creative expression, like all sorts of fashion, all sorts of, I don't hate anyone. Okay. I love everyone. I'm a big lover guy, lover boy, whatever you want to call it. I hate that term. Actually, I might edit that shit out. But like, I love all that shit, So for me to dislike someone, it's like, I don't just dislike people. Okay, bro. Like, I don't know, maybe like Mansa Musa or something. He's probably not, he wasn't a good guy. But like, is she up there with that is the question. Is she that dislikable? I don't know. I think we made I didn't fucking contribute one. I don't even think I have one listen on my Spotify history of one of her songs. But I genuinely only think I've heard two of her songs and she has like one project out or something. I'm going to look at that real quick and confirm that. One project out, by the way. One project out, by the way. And you're going to, I'm sorry, bro. But you can't have that many, like, you can't be that entitled because you have one project and, like, 3 billion plays on Spotify. Like, okay, man, really? Lock the fuck in. Humble yourself. Ground yourself. Take off your socks and go outside and stand in the grass for a bit, okay? Like, you're not the center of the world. And I remember everyone, like, was so on top of her, like, oh my God, like, she's so straightforward. Like, we all, like, she's so, like, go girl, whatever. But, like, it obviously got to her head, more than it should have. And, I see, like, earlier clips of her, and, like, she was, like, I think she was, like, fine to start out with. I really do think that. I think it was a situation where ego got to her head, and it just, kind of drove her ego, and she didn't like being famous. But, like, if you didn't like being famous, like, just let it go. Okay? Stop making music. Stop touring. Stop doing shows. Okay? Stop. Nobody's forcing you. Maybe they are. This could age well or bad. But I'm really just sharing my opinion, and I think a lot of people share the same opinion. Some people obviously don't. But, so, yeah, I guess Chappell Roan's just a moron.